How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews back with yet another review. And today we're going to be doing another pumpkin beer. Little bit different pumpkin beer than most in that it's super crazy high ABV and it's barrel aged and all that fun stuff. And that is Rumpkin from Avery Brewing. Avery, if you watch any of our previous reviews, their bigger stuff, their barrel aged stuff, I'm a huge fan of. For me, some of the breweries that just make barrel aging what it is, Kane out of New Jersey, Firestone Walker, there's a few others, but Avery is definitely one of those companies that takes it to the next level. And this year they produced pretty much two pumpkin beers. One we already reviewed, which was their Rumpkin, which was an imperial stout aged in Kentucky Bourbon Barrels. It is pumpkin with a KY for Kentucky. I liked it, but it was really sweet, like super sweet and really boozy. Granted, it was only about a month old, so you know, it is what it is, but I really enjoyed the beer. Age was going to treat it fantastic. So we reviewed one. Of course, we have to review the other. And today we have Avery's Rumpkin, which is their ale, not imperial stout, ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged in rum barrels. I love rum barrel aged stuff, so I'm super excited about this one. As far as what's on the label, up top, nice foil top, Avery Brewing, Boulder, Colorado. Down here, Avery Brewing Company Annual Barrel Series, batch number 4. Rumpkin, ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged in rum barrels, 16.73% alcohol. I always get a kick out of Avery's percentages because everybody's always like, oh, it's 11% or 11.5 or 12 or 13. They're always down to the degree. It's always like 13.76 and 16.73, which is just fun. It says bottled September 22nd, 2014, so September, October. We're just beginning November, so almost a month and a half old in this, so it's not that old, but let's see. On the sides, government warning stuff over here. Over here it says brewed and bottled, Avery Brewing, Boulder, Colorado. We wondered what would happen if a monstrous pumpkin ale, plump full of spicy gourdness, were aged in fine, fresh rum barrels to add suggestions of delicate oak and candy molasses. Rumpkin is what happened. That's all it says. Down here, brewed with Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, hops, and yeast. Ginger. I don't see a ton of ginger when it comes to pumpkin beers, but that's kind of cool. So yeah, super excited to try it. Like I said, I love, there's not a ton of rum barrel aged stuff, and I just like that. So yeah, and label-wise, I always do the label stuff. Give it a good pour, and I'll show you the label. I like it. I like Avery's labels for the most part, and these two, the pumpkin, the KY pumpkin, and then this Rumpkin, they're both essentially the same. Holy freaking rum! I can smell it from here. Wow, that's rum. Anyway, the label's super cool. I dig it. So yeah. Head-wise, not crazy creamy on top. Just a crazy amount of carbonation in the head itself. Weird color. How do I explain it? It's like the head is almost it's lighter than beige, but dark, lighter than white. It's a unique color for a beer. It's not a color I typically come across. Anyway, it's gonna be hard to relate on camera because you can't see it. So yeah, I mean, it had a head, but it's gone. Pretty much almost gone to nothing at this point, which you'd expect for stuff that's barrel aged. Body wise, it's got the finest amount of like graininess kind of floating around in there, just kind of suspended graininess, and it still has a little bit of carbonation going on, not too much. Yeah, nice like mix between a reddish orangish tint of brownish color. Looks quite nice. Looks like an English-style old ale color, almost. Yeah. Looks good. Let's see how it smells. There's rum in that sucker. I mean, that's rum. I'm not a huge rum guy. I love scotch. I love spice-side scotches. I don't like PD Islay scotches. I like a nice vodka. You know what I mean? Rum, I'm super selective about my rums. They just don't do it for me. There's a couple specific ones. One, a cheap rum, Atlantico. Or something about their rum just does it for me. throw an ice cube in that, nothing, no mix, no nothing, and I'll sip on that sucker forever. And this is kind of the smell I'm getting out of it. That's why I'm like excited about it. It almost smells like that Atlantico style rum. It's just sweet molasses and rum. Boom, right there. I mean, it smells. That's what it smells like. I mean, there's really not much more going on there. You get a little faint pumpkin, not too crazy, but it's there, and not a ton of spices. They're there, but everything's probably there bigger, but they're being muted by the rum and the molasses. But it smells good. I'm going to see how this sucker tastes. Cheers. That is sweet. That is sweet. Just a little less sweet. Not as sweet as the pumpkin with the KOY from Avery, but it's still quite sweet. The booziness is there. Again, not nearly as in your face as the pumpkin. It's got a little heat, but the booze is there. It's got a little heat, but it's not overwhelming. It's just kind of telling you that it's there, which isn't a bad thing. Just rum and molasses, man. I mean, it's like, it almost doesn't taste like a barrel aged. It is. You can tell it's barrel aged just from, you know, the density and everything else going on in it. It's got a little bit of oakiness going on. But it almost tastes like a pumpkin beer that you just threw a couple splashes of rum in. It's way more complex than that, but it's close to that, to the point where you'd be like, oh, it's beer mixed with a little bit of rum. Really sweet, ton of rum, ton of molasses, and just a little bit of pumpkin to it. Not super in your face like the pumpkin, the KY pumpkin from Avery. While it was really sweet and really, really boozy, it had a decent amount of pumpkin and pumpkin spice going on it, to the point where I was like really excited about getting a couple bottles to age them, because while that pumpkin spice might like settle down a bit, I think it's still going to be there enough to make it still a pumpkin beer, but the booziness and the sweetness will kind of level out to make it that much better. So I think that beer is going to age fantastic. Still think this is going to age quite nice, but you're probably going to lose whatever kind of pumpkiny-ness you have in this, more so than the Avery pumpkin. That's nice. I mean, it's high ABV. Super strong sipper. I mean, it's coming at you with some muscle. So, I mean, it's a beer you should share. I'm drinking it by myself, but it's a beer you should share. And it's definitely very, very sweet. It do well with age. If you give this 2 years, it'd probably be an amazing beer, but it almost probably would be stripped all of its pumpkin characteristics. But it'd probably still be a better beer. So, take that for what you will. Now, rating-wise. I'm still going to give it a really good rating. I'm giving it like a 93. It's just that good of a beer. It's their high ABV barrel aged stuff from Avery never disappoints, and this is no different. It's just it needs a little bit of time. That's it. And availability, you really can't get it. It's kind of a one-off thing. I know where to get it if I want to get it, but I've only seen it one place. So I give it an availability of like a 3, and value, that's kind of where it goes south. I believe I paid $16 for that. $16, 12-ounce bottle of beer. It's good, but I don't think it's that good. So value, I'll give it like a 3. Yeah. So, you know, lower on the scale of value and availability, but a really nice beer. I should probably give it a little bit higher score value-wise, because it is that nice of a beer. Something that's going to age really nice. So yeah, it's a 93 overall. It's just a fantastic beer. I mean, if you like sweet beers and you like good beer, definitely give it a whirl. if you're into just trying something different, if you want something that's a pumpkin beer, but you want something bigger, bolder, and in your face, something with a bit of muscle, definitely worth giving it a whirl. And if you're a rum fan and you like rum, definitely give it a try. So yeah, another review in the books. Avery's Rumpkin, ale brewed with pumpkin and spices and aged in rum barrels. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Massive Beers. And all three of those places, way more active on Instagram, so you're going to check us out anywhere, check us out there. And yeah, another review in the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice big bold beer like this right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.